What's going on, everybody? Today we have an interesting upload here from Project Veritas and James O'Keefe that I'm going to watch with you guys right now. And I'm going to put a link to this video in the box in case you want to share it. But I just thought it would be fun to go through this and watch it with you guys. And before I go, I just want to say, James O'Keefe, you are the Rambo of investigative journalists. Like, oh my God, dude. Literally the best.
Like, free speech has repercussions.
So if Trump gets reelected, what?
Cities burn. And the only thing that fascists understand is violence. So the only way that you can confront them is with violence.
It's a directive from Bernie that we can't attack Warren.
I think it's also fair to point out that when we were in Moscow, for example, people here also were extremely impressed by their public transportation system.
Oh, hey, no one's got food, but at least you can get around, all right? That public transportation, that's definitely worth breadlines.
Meet Kyle Jurek, a field organizer in Iowa for presidential candidate Bernie Sanders. Jurek says cities are going to burn if Trump gets reelected. These are worrisome words from someone who works for a man running to be president of the United States. Now, the evidence shows Kyle Jurek has been in politics since 2018. When, according to these FEC records, Jurek was paid $500 while working for the Democratic Senate Campaign Committee. The FEC records also show he has worked for the Sanders campaign for over 6 months. And so far, Jurek has earned nearly $11,000.
Yeah, they seem emboldened. They have been emboldened by Trump and all that rhetoric and shit. But they are scared and senseless of anti-fascists. Like,
What freaking dream world does this guy live in? Scared of Antifa? Bunch of punks in masks? Dude, no one is afraid of you losers, all right? The only time you could ever hurt someone or intimidate them is if you're in a group of like 50 people, if you blindside them, or if you find someone who's half your size like a kid. You're straight up punks.
even the ones that are kind of like, you know, the right-wing people. The only thing that works, the only thing that fascists understand is violence. So the only way that you can confront them is with violence.
The only thing we understand is violence. The only ones who are violent is you. We're the ones saying, hey, remember when we all used to get along? Let's all hang out and everyone is welcome. No, you guys, if anyone doesn't believe that these guys are violent, go to my last video, 2019 year in review. There was a montage on there so long that I actually had to just stop making it. It would have been an hour-long montage of leftists attacking right-wingers. And again, it's always when they're outnumbered or they're twice their size or they just blindside someone while they're in their car. It's all stuff like that. All real cheap garbage. They say, oh, we're fighting fascism. Right-wingers are fascism. Dude, socialism and fascism are the same thing. And communism, they're all basically reiterations of the same general control scam. Why do you think the Nazis and the Italians were linked up in World War II? Hitler idolized Mussolini. We're for freedom. We're for everyone getting along. You see over here, no one cares about any of that other stuff. Or you guys, you call us racist when we don't care. We hang out with everyone. You're the one saying, oh, white guys, that's an old white guy. Like, what? Like, that's a bad thing? It's like they've turned white into an insult. Like, old white guy. Old white guys are awesome. Should hang out with my uncle sometime, all right? I don't know what these people, they're insane. They're literally been radicalized. This is radicalization. You know, people think only Muslims can be radicalized or only this can be radicalized. Here you go. Here's another round of radicalized socialists who, in a severe case of irony, call us Nazis. I mean, are we gonna punked right now? Like, is Ashton Kutcher just gonna come out at some point and be like, all right, guys, gotcha? I'd almost be okay with that. That would be pretty impressive. But I mean, holy crap, dude. Imagine being so blind and not able to see your own self.
So if Trump gets reelected, what?
Cities burn.
What we gotta do?
Yeah, I mean, we don't have a lot of time left. We have to save, like, human civilization. And obviously, Trump, don't give two about making sure that the world doesn't burn.
What an uninformed... I mean, I almost feel sorry for people like this. It wasn't such a violent piece of shit. But, oh, sorry, I cursed. I'm going to get comments now for that. What's your language? Which, by the way, I have been trying to. So, but, This freaking guy, city's gonna burn. You know, he says that. You know, I know, like, listen, people say things, you know, they're just exaggerating, like, oh, you know, I'm gonna kill that guy, but, you know, they don't really mean it. Like, I get that. But he says that, and he says this again a little later on, but the way he says it to me means like it looks like they have something planned.
He doesn't get the nomination, or it goes to the second round in the DNC convention.
Oh, here it is. Okay. So this is where he says again.
Milwaukee will burn. It'll start in Milwaukee, and then when the police push back on that, and other cities will.
Look at that look. They have stuff planned. This isn't just like, look at the way he was looking when he said that. Look at that. He knows something. This is scary, man. Listen, this is what happens when you can radicalize people. What do they say? Cause racism. I mean, how many different languages you got to tell them? No one hates anyone of any race. We don't even really hate the freaking illegal immigrants. But, dude, you came in here illegally. It's the whole system is put in danger when you allow something like that to happen. Like, for instance, right? The people coming over the border. I'm sure, you can't convince me otherwise, I'm sure the majority of them are good people, just looking to make a lot of extra cash. You know, I almost don't blame them in a sense. But the problem is that there is a percentage people, really bad people, some of the worst people on this planet, who are sneaking in with them. When you have no system to vet people, that's what happens. That's the problem. There's no way to vet everyone coming over the border. So bad people can just come right in with them. It's almost a bad thing that there's so many good people coming in. No one hates these people. No one hates Hispanic people. I love Hispanic people. To be honest, as someone who's half Sicilian, I have a very traditional, old-school Sicilian family, huge Sicilian family, any excuse for a party, you know, the whole nine. Like, my Hispanic friends, their families remind me more of my family than anyone else on this planet. I love Hispanic people, but that's not what's going on at the border, okay? We're trying to tell you, we don't hate these people. We want them to go through the right channels so they can be vetted, so we know you're not bringing violence in this country. MS-13, we say like rapists and stuff, that's what he's talking about. And you guys know damn well, so cut it out. Well, maybe this guy doesn't. I don't know. He looks like half a freaking psycho. But, you know, they know what they're doing. The politicians know. The people who are pushing this rhetoric on the MSNBC and CNN and all that, Bernie Sanders himself, they know damn well what's going on. Yet they lead these people to believe otherwise. Believe that, oh, we're all raging racists and misogynists and blah, blah, blah men, you know. You guys are the only ones who talk crap.
It'll start in Milwaukee, and then when the police push back on that, and other cities will.
Be ready to be in Milwaukee for the DNC convention.
Well, what
I gotta say.
Oh, I plan on being there. What about Des Moines?
We're gonna make 1978 look like a fucking Girl Scout fucking cookout.
What does that mean?
Remember what happened when McGovern got fucked in Chicago in 1978? Riots.
Dude, there wasn't even a presidential election in 1978. My God, man.
People getting beaten by the cops. The cops.
Is that what you want?
Fucking beaten in Milwaukee.
This guy wants to beat up cops.
National Guard for that shit.
These people like this are going to cause the Civil War part 2. We're trying to avoid the Civil War and trying to reunite the freaking country right now.
History. He talks about riots in Chicago in 1978 when George McGovern was running for president. In fact, the riots were in 1968 when Hubert Humphrey was the Democratic nominee. McGovern ran for president in 1972, and there were no riots that year.
Hey, so you got the date wrong and the candidate wrong.
Take Bernie from us, then we have nothing else left to lose.
But at all costs, whatever it takes. And that's why, like, when they're like, oh, anti-fascists are violent, it's because we're willing to go above and beyond what the law says is acceptable. Like, oh, free speech, yeah. Like they try to be like, you know, oh, you're a victim, or you're against free speech. No, we're not against free speech. We're against hate speech. And if
you see what I mean? Hate speech. What hate speech? You mean all the videos where I'm talking about everyone loving each other and reuniting and how the Democrats are scamming you into all becoming racist? It's so violent. Now, I would say again, if you go to my last video, there's a 12 minute. It is so long, it's hard to watch. Montage of them being violent to right-wingers. Now, when I was going for that, that's a fraction of the clips that I found. And when I was doing it, a couple clips came up of right-wingers being violent to left-wingers. A couple. And it was the same ones that kept coming up because they were covered by every freaking station. But if you go to my video, YouTube puts up a wall. This might be offensive. You might not want to watch it. So they make it that much hard to get to. They took away all the live chats, so you can't read what the chat was. And you can't share it now. You could share it, but you have to do the hard copy. And not a lot of people know that. So they hit the share button, and which is gone. They say, I can't share your video. So they flat-tired my video, highlighting all the violence from the left to the right. But their rhetoric isn't shadow banned. No, there's clips. You type in anything, and the first thing that comes up is MSNBC, CBS, ABC, CNN. Those all come. All the people pushing things like that and filling this dude's head with freaking lies, straight up slanderous lies to turn him. Look, he's radicalized. He wants cities to burn. He wants violence. He wants to attack cops and have it escalate to the National Guard. This is a top field organizer in the Sanders campaign. Field organizer, right? This is a guy who organizes people. So when he gave that look and said, things will burn, he's telling him, he knows. This is a guy who organizes people. This is what they do. But again, if you try to highlight it, they're going to put up a thing and they're going to shadow ban your video and they're going to flat tire it so it only gets half the amount of views your other videos get. Or if you look at things like this, when I shared the link to the preview of this on Twitter, it didn't get one like for at least 21 minutes. I didn't look then for another half an hour, but it could have been even a little more. Now, sometimes I'll post things. I don't have a huge Twitter account. I only got a couple thousand followers. But anything I post gets 5 to 10 likes right off the bat. I can post something at 3 a.m. Within 5 minutes, it's got 5 likes. This bombshell information, not posted at 3 a.m., posted at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, prime time on a weekday, no less, got 0 likes in 21 minutes. So they'll shadow ban people like this who are pretty much admitting that they got violence in store. They want violence. This is just showing, this is what socialism is. Didn't we not see this? Many times as socialism has been tried in the world, this is what they do. They're violent psychos. But when someone exposes them, no, that gets shadow banned. But all the rhetoric doesn't. All the rhetoric gets thrown right in your face. They want this. The powers that be want this.
Your free speech is something that, these people shouldn't exist. Then I don't give a if it's free speech or not. You don't need it. Free speech has repercussions. Yeah. There are consequences to your.
Yeah, we know. In socialist areas, free speech does have repercussions.
Based on race or gender or.
Literally, no one has ever called for that. No one's called. The elimination of people, no one. I actually have watched the president's speeches, a lot of people on the right speeches. I watched some of my fellow YouTuber speeches. None of us are calling for this. I'm in freaking chats online. Nothing. This is a bold-faced lie. But he believes it. And I don't think he's lying to this dude right now. He actually believes this is true. This is the problem. This is the problem. People let this lie go on so long that it has radicalized people.
Or religious, for whatever reason.
Religious. They talk about Christians all day and night.
And you should expect a violent reaction. Mm-hmm. And you deserve a violent reaction. Because, it's just not acceptable.
This guy's probably never punched another human in his entire life. Pansy-ass bitch.
So many people have suicided themselves that have been related to the Clintons in some way or another. It's fucking insane.
Kill the Clintons?
Baby. Revolution.
Kill the Clintons?
Revolution is on.
Let me tell you something about this revolution.
I think they're part of a revolution. People give revolutions in other countries because they're living in squalor.
It's clear in Jurek's idea of a revolution, Democratic candidates like Tom Steyer and Mike Bloomberg wouldn't be safe, and in his world, networks like MSNBC or even moderate liberals wouldn't be immune.
Throw down?
I'm ready to throw down now.
Yeah, we noticed.
With who though?
Oh man, you really need a revolution in your nice restaurant with your beers and your freaking food and your nice clothes. Yeah, dude, you should start a revolution. Yeah, everyone, billionaires. Yeah, everyone who's ever been successful, take them out. Because people don't realize Socialism isn't going to bring everyone up to being living the good life. It's just going to bring people down. And let me tell you something. The rulers, people like Bernie, he ain't being brought down. Bernie's still going to have all his mansions, everything. It's just going to take the ladder away. It's like all this stuff, just the Democrats in general, not even socialism, just in general, all their policy. Yeah, we're going to help the poor. And what are they going to do? What do? They take the money from the middle class, and then they give it not directly to the people who are poor. They give it to all these organizations that their rich friends are running. And sometimes they'll do decent things for the neighborhood, but it never truly helps. It's nothing like just actually giving the money. That's what people, they vote for it, as if they're going to get checks in the mail. You're not getting any checks in the mail. You're just giving them permission to siphon money from the middle class, and all that does is take the ladder away. Once the middle class is destroyed, then there's no ladder. Then no one's getting out of poverty. All right, you understand?
Guys like that. What are we gonna do with them?
Gulag. Liberals get to fucking wall first.
What are we gonna do with those people that resist the change? Because that's a big deal.
Well, I'll tell you what. In Cuba, what do they do to reactionaries?
Whoa.
They shot him on the
killed
beach.
Do you want to fight against the revolution?
Dude, this is straight up embarrassing to humanity. They want to kill people. People like this, all right? They want to. This is head people in Bernie Sanders, or even just Gulag. What education they want? All the stuff they pretend to be against. They know damn well that we don't support. That we literally just want a free America where everyone gets along. I don't know how many times we gotta say this. That's all we want. They want to throw us in re-education camps, gulags. Freaking kidding me? This guy ain't joking.
Jurek also has some pretty harsh words for Sanders' rival on the left, Elizabeth Warren. He is particularly critical of her staffers in Iowa.
They're like sending canvassers to our events. Like we had that climate summit with Naomi Klein and AOC.
Climate summit.
Campaign people show up, want to table the event, want to set up
So
a table
gullible.
at the event. We're like, get the out of here. This isn't a Warren event. You're not coming in here and scooping up people. Like, no. No.
It is a competition, you know.
Yeah, like we're not on the same team, guys. Like, you know, like I know you guys like to say, like, hey,
Yes,
Warren's
that is
like
pretty
Bernie,
ballsy
but a woman.
to go set up a table
guess
at
what?
another candidate's
We're not on the
thing.
same team. Yeah,
Wow.
I put it. Bernie's a bad judge of character.
Yeah, no
like,
shit.
He has like Weaver, who is his like one of his like campaign like senior advisors. Is a shit fucking human, but he likes him. You know, Bernie likes him. Bernie's, you know,
Why is he
he's
a
78
shitty-
years old and he's like set in his ways, and he like,
Yeah.
you know, that's one weakness that Bernie has is he's a bad judge of character with some people. Like,
Yeah,
he
with
loves
you.
Elizabeth, like he's friends with Elizabeth Warren. He's friends with this. It's not Dan Weaver. It's some. You know, what can you do? I mean, Bernie has like kind of started opening up lines of attack against Warren.
Of course he is.
But he keeps it policy based. People tell me that on the doors, like, yeah, you know, I like Bernie, but I really want a woman to be. It's like, wait, so like you're okay with the woman if she has worse policies?
Oh my God, did this guy say something that made sense? Holy crap, stop the presses.
Like, just because she's a woman, because she has a vagina, that's why you're gonna vote for her.
Yeah, why do you think so many people voted for Hillary Clinton?
Like, if we
Why are
can
you
beat
fighting
Donald
for
Trump,
that
as long as
side?
we nominate a woman. Like, idiot. Like, what the?
They don't get it, man.
Like, the world is on fire. This is an emergency situation, and you're hung
The
up.
world's on fire because you guys keep setting it on fire, all right? Look in Brazil. You have the president who literally blamed the company that's tied to Leonardo DiCaprio, one of the people who was coincidentally pushing, oh my God, look at all the fires. Look at Australia. Oh my God, climate change, climate change, climate change. They already arrested 24 people for setting the fires. Look at California. They caught people setting some of those fires. The people you represent hate this world. They do not care. They laugh at you. That you're actually destroying the planet to get you to say, oh my God, we got to save the planet. And then, yeah, let's put a carbon tax. They just want to tax. It's all about money. And they have all the money. So it's not like saying, hey, let's get rich off these idiots. They want to use that money to fund different things like the UN and stuff like that. But also they want to overtax people to keep you controlled. Money is control.
Vaginas.
That was
Is
a good
this
pause.
someone you want to be part of your government? Keep in mind, Jurek was an open book. On day one, he told us he wanted to punch, quote, Nazis, burn cities down if Trump wins again in a free election, and spoke of shooting people if they couldn't be, quote, re-educated. Is Kyle Jurek the true but hidden face of the Sanders campaign? Is the Sanders campaign going to fire Kyle Jurek? Are they going to say he's a lone wolf or an isolated incident?
Of course that's what they're going to say.
In our next release, you will hear Jurek say some of the most shocking and disturbing totalitarian aspirations ever
More than this.
spoken during a presidential campaign.
Wow.
Stay tuned, America. More to come.
Wow. I will put a link to this in the description box. James O'Keefe, you are above and beyond the best. Unbelievable. And honestly, what this guy's saying is not unbelievable. We've been watching it in real time, just how incensed and crazed all these people are. But Bernie Sanders, this guy, I tell you, I don't even believe Bernie Sanders wants to be president. I think he's just doing this for donations. Look, the guy became a freaking millionaire last time he ran, and he's doing it now. I'm telling you, this guy, he's just going to, same thing. He's not going to get the nomination, or I don't know, maybe he will, but I don't think he's going to. I don't think that's what his game is. And he already said during the first debate that he wants to tax the middle class. And we know that that's the game. Remove the middle class. That is the ruling elite's number one goal. It takes the ladder away. That's one of the best ways to control everything. You tax the crap out of society while also causing rampant inflation with your fractional reserve banking and things like raising the minimum wage as opposed to just, bringing in high-paying jobs. When you raise the minimum wage, yeah, there's an initial part where the people make a minimum wage. All of a sudden, they have more money to do things. But guess what? Soon enough, all the prices of everything catches up, and those people find themselves in the same exact situation, except all the people who are making regular wages, now money doesn't go as far. So all you're really doing is devaluing everyone else's pay. And again, the people coming up with these, this is what they do for a living. They know damn well, the math is pretty clear cut on this one. So they know damn well what they're doing. Anyone pushing stuff like this has bad intentions. And finally, to boot, one of the biggest reasons that we have so many people stuck in poverty right now is because some of these things are already in place. We're already half socialist. We're not a true capitalist society. If we were a true capitalist society, people would be a lot better off. But we're not. Since 1913, we have had a central bank that controls everything. It's one of the major planks of communism. And yes, socialism is just a realistic version of communism. They're basically two in the same. But we have a centralized bank. It's one of the planks of communism. We have a graduated tax scale. Oh, you're making more money? Well, now you got to pay more, right? These are things to even people out. They don't want you to get ahead. But like I said, I don't think Bernie even wants to get the nomination. This guy's a total fake. Because of that, I think it's going to be either Warren or Biden, which are all three of them. The fact that those are the three frontrunners for the Democratic Party it's sad. I mean, well, it's sad. It's indicative of what the Democrats are. They're psychos. Joe Biden is a pervert, psycho, liar, insane person. Elizabeth Warren, the fact that she's even in the lead just shows how fake people on the left are. You guys are fake. I'm sorry. And I know you're not in your heart of hearts. That's why we're trying to tell you, come over to our side. Come hang out with us. Stop talking like this guy who's completely removed himself from anyone with any kind of right-wing values. We're the ones who just want to be calm and cool and hang out and gun some beers together and all, the whole nine. You guys want to shoot people on the beach. But look at Elizabeth Warren. You guys, someone will a girl will braid her hair and they'll be like, you're appropriating black culture. Oh my God, only black people could braid their hair. Like say some of the most insane things like that. Yet Elizabeth Warren actually pretended to be Native American to further her career, to get friggin' grants for school. All right, this not just braiding her hair. She actually appropriated someone so bad she committed criminal acts with it, and she's your front runner. And like this dude said, it's the best thing he said in the whole thing. It's just because she's a woman. You understand? You were willing to vote for Hillary Clinton, someone who has a track record, which is insane. I don't even have to recap it here. Everyone knows by this point. You voted for her just because she's a woman. And a lot of that's voter fraud. I get it. But a lot of it wasn't. And then you got Bernie Sanders. You know, this guy, we have a free, awesome country here. And this guy's actually able to radicalize middle class, regular people into wanting a revolution and to want to like literally kill people with different ideas. But that's what communism does. It's funny. They'll say something about communism and socialism. They're like, well, true socialism was never tried. Well, that sounds nice on paper and all, but all the socialists on record have done exactly what you're doing right now. You want to lift people out of poverty? Bring the manufacturing jobs back that they taxed out of the country. Now, don't sit here and be like, how come someone at McDonald's doesn't make enough to pay their rent? Because someone at McDonald's is supposed to be in high school. But the answer isn't to give them higher wages and cause inflation and destroy everyone else's wages. The answer is to just bring in more jobs. But anyway, all right, rant over. I thought that would be cool to watch this together. Where we go one, we go all.